Hey everyone and welcome back to another Tesla weekly video for today. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend so far. So we've got some numbers out of China, out of Europe, updated ones as well. Like I said last week, we did not get all the big countries. Now we can actually look at those numbers. Unfortunately, not that great, but this is something that we've known for a while. So the discussion I want to have here, especially also in the comment section, is what should change? Is it something that Tesla could change on their end? Is it something that has to be changed, I don't know, through policies, politics, lobbying, whatever? Let me know down in the comment section below. Because yes, in big countries such as Germany's, it's true, there are no subsidies anymore. In countries like Germany, where there is Giga Berlin, Tesla is not doing very well at all. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Later in this video, I want to touch on what the Uber CEO said with regards to robotaxis, Teslas, stuff like that. So that's another discussion part, which I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, hit all the buttons, do all of that. Would really appreciate it. We're very close to reaching 50,000 subscribers. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. It's free. You can always unsubscribe later. And if you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. So we shall first start with the Tesla China weekly insured number that came in at 12,500. And as you can see, Q3 is off to an excellent start. But as you know, 2024 compared to 2023, year to date, we're still down 1.8%. Now, on the flip side, the good news here is that for Q3, it is now the best first month of a quarter ever in China. So that's great. Let's see if we can continue that momentum. But as you know, we're still down year over year. As for the Giga Shanghai export, that number came in at 27,890 with regards to the split here. So here is quite a big difference, right? Most of them were Model 3s. The rest Model Y. Of course, yes, previously Model Y was dominating, then we've got the Model 3 refresh, and so that started to dominate the mix. Overall, year to date, Tesla sales in China came in at 46,227. A great July quarter. June was very weak compared to last year, but all the rest, I mean, we've had better months, we've had worse months, that's why you're only down 1.8%. Now that's the thing we're talking about, we're only down 1.8%. Yes, it's true. But remember, it's Tesla, right? We are expecting it to grow more and more. That said, we only have a few models to sell. And that's the thing with Tesla right now, right? In China, it's the Model 3, it's the Model Y. And they're not very, very cheap compared to all the other models that are available in China from, well, each and every week there's another Chinese company that makes a car, right? And it doesn't really cost that much. So when you're only competing with a Model 3 and a Model Y, well, it is quite tough. And even worldwide, it's still Model 3, Model Y, S and X. And we know that S and X, the mix there overall is not much. So until we actually get towards that more affordable model, Model 2 you might call it or whatever, we are, yes, going to be stagnating a little bit. There's still quite a lot of people around the world that might want to buy a Tesla, might switch to an EV, but there are way more people that will make the switch once you say, oh, look, we can have here an affordable car. When will that happen? Well, hopefully in the first half of 2025, and that's when I expect to see year-over-year growth reaccelerate. Of course, we still have Cybertruck, we still have the Tesla Semi, although we still have time with regards to that, but once the more affordable model comes out, that's when you can really start to see the growth. Or should I say, that's when we really want to see the growth reaccelerate. On the flip side, you might be like Elon Musk and saying, oh, if you're buying Tesla but you don't believe in FSD, then you should sell your shares, right, in robotaxi. Okay, true. But right now, the business is you selling more and more cars. What will happen in the future, that's something else. But currently, and in my opinion, for many, many years to come, it's still going to be cars and energy, for the stock market at least. Moving on to the UK and Europe. So Tesla sales for the UK in the month of July came in at 2,462. And as you can see, year over year, we are down for the whole year and also for July. Same here for Germany, a huge, huge hit. I mean, the numbers for July here, 2,470. Less than July of last year, and overall 24, 23, I mean, a huge decrease. Overall, you can also see Tesla in Germany, the brand. Previously, it was one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing brand in Germany. Right now, it's down 41% year over year, which is the worst out of all of these brands here. Now, looking at the bigger picture, Tesla markets year to date, mostly Europe, let's say, we're still down 5%. Yes, as we know, the big hits came from the big countries, UK, Germany, and France. But then we've got some smaller countries that are doing much better. So South Korea is doing extremely well. Netherlands, Belgium are doing quite well as well. But overall, we can see that, yes, there is some weakness in Europe and especially in the big countries, France, Germany, and the UK. Which again leads me to that question. What should Tesla do? Should they lower prices or should they start advertising? Because maybe you're in the United States and you don't know this, but in Europe, you can buy a car for much less than the average in the United States. A Model 3, a Model Y in Europe, yes, is quite pricey, believe it or not. Now, yes, they can reduce the price, but then of course margin will get hit. Or they could advertise, right? Because still many people think, oh, an EV is not good, the range, where do I charge, how much does it cost, etc., etc. So yes, I do think that advertising does make a difference. You don't have to spend billions and billions, but at least educate the public. Because to scream every time, oh, it's the best value for money, it's this and that and this and that. Well, it might be, but if people don't know about it, then they will never buy that car. All the other automakers, to sell hybrids, to sell ICE, they are advertising constantly. We just had the Olympics in Europe. We just had the Euro Cup in Germany. Who was advertising there? German companies and Chinese companies. Where was Tesla? Nowhere to be seen. It's a shame, really. It's a shame. Which moves me to my next point. And that's actually in the United States. They posted this, Model 3, Model Y. With incentives, with everything, right? Model 3, apparently in Colorado, you can get a Model 3 starting price under $15,000. Monthly with savings, the payments, $172. In Colorado, a Model Y, also under $15,000. I mean, these prices are nuts. Really cheap, great prices for a great vehicle. But who knows about this? Probably the majority of people have no clue that they can buy a Model 3 and Model Y under $15,000 if they're in Colorado. They have no clue. Even the folks in New York, let's say, they don't know they can buy a Model 3 or Model Y close to $30,000. They don't know. I can promise you this, most people have no clue how they can buy a Tesla Model 3 or Model Y for such a cheap price. And here as well, how do you raise awareness? You advertise. To tweet about it on X, is that going to help? No, because people on X probably already know about it. You start advertising. Is there a lack of sporting events in the United States? No. You also have the World Cup in 2026. You've got Super Bowls, right? I think you have the Olympics in LA 4 years from now as well. Okay, of course, it's 4 years from now. But then again, you have NBA, baseball, Major League Soccer, hockey, countless of concerts, whatever. You have things happening each and every month, right? So start advertising, start raising awareness. There's no saying now, oh, it has no point because we have way more demand than supply. Well, that's not true because we are now under the full capacity with regards to production. So yeah, previously I said, you know what, advertising doesn't make sense because we're selling all the cars that we're making. But now, it's been quite a while, why not try it? I know they've been trying some digital advertising, but try some traditional one. Why not start to advertise these prices right here in targeted areas, right? In Colorado, in Maine, in Connecticut, in Rhode Island, etc., etc. Targeted ads that show the exact price that you could buy a Model 3 and a Model Y. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure this out, right? And it goes back to what has happened. There was an announcement that Tesla, I think in Taiwan or something, they could be working with Costco, right? And suddenly Elon Musk came here and it's like, oh no, he canned it. He didn't know about it. Why can it? Why is that? Are you afraid that people would buy more Teslas? Or do you don't want to get your brand next to Costco because maybe it devalues the brand? Well, if that's the case, then you shouldn't be talking and memeing about stuff on X each and every day either, because we know that also devalues your brand a little bit. So I don't know why he or some people at Tesla have things against advertising. To me, it sounds very, very strange. But that's just me. Moving on here is, well, a way for FSD adoption to go up. Because believe it or not, even though they always tell us, oh, more FSD miles driven, adoption is great, la 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 la. In my opinion, if it was so great, we would have gotten those numbers in the earnings call or in the earnings report. We still have no official number from Tesla. We don't know much about it. They did launch here a new bundle, 3-year bundle, $5,000, FSD supervised, free supercharging, and premium connectivity. Is it a good bundle? My opinion, maybe if you're an Uber driver or something like that, yes, because of the supercharging, free supercharging. But if you have to add $3,000 more and you have a full purchase, I don't see why this deal is like so groundbreaking. But okay, they are trying new things out. Moreover, on the full self-driving, more specifically actually here, autopilot. So again, we've got a report. So the Tesla vehicles using autopilot technology, Tesla vehicles not using autopilot technology, and then the United States average. As you know, humans are not really great drivers. So Tesla has revealed that in Q2 2024, they recorded one crash for every 6.88 million miles driven in which drivers were using autopilot technology. Their best Q2 number ever. Now you might say, oh, but Q1 was better. Yes, but you have to compare the same quarter with the other, seasonal, weather stuff, etc., etc. Of course, summer months will have better numbers than winter months, for example. They said here for drivers who were not using autopilot technology, Tesla recorded one crash for every 1.45 million miles driven. By comparison, the most recent data available from NHTSA shows that in the United States, there was an automobile crash approximately every 670,000 miles. And so eventually the data will win. It will become so much clearer that you have to use autopilot technology in your car. Not just for your safety, but probably for your insurance as well. And now lastly here, and we continue on the same trend of the robotaxi. So Uber, they had another good quarter, by the way. So the Uber CEO talks about the idea that Tesla owners will rent out their vehicles as taxis when they aren't using them. It's not clear that the average Tesla owners would want to have that car be ridden by a complete stranger. Probably the times at which you're going to want your Tesla are probably going to be the same times that ridership is going to be at a peak. He said that Uber can quickly adjust the number of part-time drivers to meet demand during rush hour or large events. He also said that Musk might be underestimating a key part of the business. He said building a $50,000 piece of hardware is a very, very different business than driving over 30 million transactions every day. There is also the customer service side of things, like when someone gets sick during a ride or loses an item in a car. And to be honest, I 100% agree with him. Because let's be honest, you own a Tesla car right now. Are you willing to just leave it out and let anyone drive in it? What if he ruins your car, right? Who are you going to contact? Right now, customer service, things like that for Tesla, I've seen a lot of people that aren't that happy with that. Plus, it's something that Tesla has never done before, right? Plus, like you said, the transactions. How will you make that happen? How do you make that work seamlessly, as good as Uber? But the big part is definitely letting someone that you don't know. Of course, Elon said, oh, maybe just friends and family. But then again, how many times do friends and family need to go into your car? They probably have their own car as well. So there is that. But let's say it's like an Airbnb, right? A stranger comes into your car, gets sick, loses an item. How do you figure that part out? It's not as easy as you would think. Plus, me personally, if I owned a Tesla, I wouldn't right now be so, let's say, courageous to just leave my car on the street and whoever wants to pay will drive in my car. Me personally, right now, no. Maybe in the future they figure some things out. Maybe yes. But he's spot on when he says it's not as easy as it sounds. Of course, that's just my opinion and his opinion. Do share yours down in the comment section below. Lastly here, the graph, after 3 straight weeks of red candles, we now have a green one. Of course, this week started very, very bad on Monday. So if you bought here at around $180, let me know down in the comment section below. But all in all, we're still now under the 200-day moving average, which sits at $205, the 50-day one at $213, and the 20-day one at $224. The momentum is still not with the stock, unless we get another green candle next week and go back over that downtrend, which has started again back here in November 2021. But just so you know, just because we've got one green candle right now does not mean that we're back and having some momentum. No, we have to follow that up. So overall, that's about it for this week's video. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if not, do share your thoughts down in the comment section below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.